This is cause number 326426. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Bobby Eugene Roberts. Mr. Roberts, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Roberts, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Roberts?
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Roberts, you're here represented by your attorney, Dustin Galmore. Mr. Galmore, how you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Roberts, the information in this case alleges that on or about April 9th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Mr. Roberts, you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Roberts, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No problem.
Now, you pleaded no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Roberts, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Roberts, are these your initials on the line next to
Yes, sir.
the line, the box check no contender? And on page 3 of Mr. Roberts, is that your signature at the top above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is the trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal, recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, that discovery certification.
do.
No, you didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh.
She hadn't yet.
Mr. Roberts, I have before me a document that is titled discovery certification. Recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature above the line that's titled
Yes,
defendant?
sir.
Mr. Roberts, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Galmo, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Did you date it? Date it. State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
And-
State would also offer this exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit.
Do you have any objections to State's Exhibits number 1 and 2?
Without objection, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Galmore, you've advised and counseled Mr. Roberts. Is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Roberts, your attorney, Mr. Galmore, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Roberts, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It's a $500 fine, Your Honor.
Okay,
That's it.
and you got, that has 2 days credit on this here.
It's 2 days jail credit.
Was that the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Roberts,
Yes, sir.
the state is offering that you pay a fine of $500 plus court costs. The court costs in this case, the fine plus court costs in this case is $787. Mr. Roberts, do you understand? Well, first of all, would you be able to pay that today?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Roberts, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Roberts, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Roberts, please stand on the X where your attorney is standing and follow the directions of the court clerk. It's a $500 fine plus court costs. So total $787 paid today. Okay, you are.